Okay, so I had to re-record this because when I did the initial review, I forgot the tag team match. You see, I was going. What I usually do is I go by the results, right? Myself and my friend Brandon, we did the thing, we made the predictions, and we go by that. Problem is, we did not do a prediction for the tag match because I was pretty sure they were going to split the titles, which they did. So when I went through the matches, because I didn't see it, I skipped it. And then I went on Instagram and I saw a picture of one of the tag team champion winners with Triple H, and I went, oh shit, I didn't talk about the tag match. I knew I was forgetting something. Also gives me a chance to go back and talk about something else I also forgot to talk about. But first of all, I need a drink of water because my throat was getting sore talking at last. So, I think WrestleMania 32 ruined WrestleMania for me because I can now see the issues with too much padding in WWE shows. There's way too many promo packages. There's too much doing things in between matches. There's just too much. There's even entrances take forever. We're going to talk about when we get to the main event, but it's just there's so much padding that's not necessary at all. It's just not. It's because we start to show off. We have this whole WrestleMania opening package, and then we get the national anthem. We're not done because Rhea Ripley gets her band Motionless in White, the do your theme song, to play in person, which makes me feel even worse for Bayley because she wanted Paramore to play. They were busy and couldn't do it. So in my mind, that is what I would do is say, okay, since Bayley wasn't able to get it, no one can have a band. Yet Rhea gets one. Kind of bullshit, but I understand it was out of Rhea's control, so I don't know, but still. And Rhea and Becky start the match. And of course, Rhea's entrance takes a little long. Becky, she's already out there waiting, By the way, another thing I forgot to mention, when did Michael Cole become a goddamn weatherman? Like, between every match, he's reporting that the weather, there's like 10-mile winds, and it's breezy, and it's 50 degrees, or 53 degrees now, and it feels like 48. Why is he... Okay, and I'm getting sick of every single match having a goddamn sponsor. Because, not only that, the sponsor is then reflected on the ring apron thing, as well as the barricade. Which is confusing as hell when you get to the main event and the color of the ad is white, which matches the ring mat. So it causes an optical illusion, which makes you think that the person, it's either Cody or Seth, that's on the ring apron waiting to get tagged in, is already in the ring because everything is the same color. It's getting to the point every match is sponsored by something, and they gotta have advertisements on the barricade and the ring apron, and it's getting to be too much. It's too much. It's bad enough that Prime is in the center of the ring, which, by the way, was not noticeable for me until halfway through the first match when they go face first into the mat, and I went, oh yeah, there it is, because it's not colored like everyone thought it would be. It's just clear and go through. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's going to be subtle. And every other sponsor was not subtle. Look, I understand having one or two sponsored. Remember back in the day when they come back from commercials and be like, SmackDown was brought to you by Stack of Two by Jay Stinger. And by this new movie that's coming out. And by this new video game in stores Tuesday. That was it. That was simple. You didn't have to shoot a promo spot. You didn't have to have every match sponsored by something in the background. It's just annoying. It feels like every match but the first one had a sponsor. Maybe it's like, in the middle it did, but it felt like the last four at least, each had a sponsor, and it was annoying. I'm serious. It got annoying after a while. We don't need a sponsor for every goddamn match. Okay? We don't need it. I understand they're making money. That's fine. But it feels like too much. Have, like, if you want to have an advertisement, like, speaking of which, and this is confusing, during the during during one of the matches of the NXT Stand and Deliver show, they decided that they were doing a promo for the Knuckles TV show, including graphics and someone in a Knuckles costume. The interesting thing about that, is a bit confusing, is that the Knuckles show is on Paramount Plus, and this particular PLE was on Peacock. So I don't know how that worked. Money, I guess. I don't know. But I'm just sick of the sponsorship. We don't need it. Come on. How much you want to bet the LA Knight AJ match tomorrow is going to be sponsored by Slim Jims? Come on. We don't need a sponsor for every goddamn match. Becky and Rhea was decent. There was a spot, I'll talk about it in the review that I did, that you're not going to see, we'll talk about it now, where Becky went up and she clearly slipped and transitioned it into a leg drop, because they even showed the repeat, and it was very ginger. She got up there and it's like she slipped and it went to a leg drop. And yeah, the right person won. Rhea won. It was needed. I said it before, I'll say it again, Becky did not deserve to have this title match. I feel like the WWE is too dependent. And I felt like with Vince McMahon gone, it's time to push new people. But apparently they don't know how to learn the lesson, Triple H. You know? And it's like, well, we don't have anybody. Because you won't push them. And furthermore, my issue is that you teased Rhea versus Bianca last year when they were both holding championships the night after WrestleMania. And someone said, could this be the main event for next WrestleMania? Clearly that's where it was headed, but something got twisted and changed, and I feel like they should have just stuck with that. I do feel, because it just did, Becky's been done to death. She's done everything. At this point, I just don't want to see her getting title shots anymore. She held the NXT Women's Championship captive for way too long. By the way, they need to stop putting main roster stars on NXT. There's people saying it's elevating them. It's taking away from the NXT talent. And I'm not saying it because I like Tiffy, but she was perfectly fine as NXT Women's Championship. And again, I said this earlier, she lost the title, but if she got the rub and won the title back like she should have, and was probably supposed to, it would have worked. But no, Becky used her pull and got the only other Irish woman in the company the title. She used her influence and got Lyra Valkyria the championship and cost Tiffy a push. Now she's not SmackDown, she's doing fine, but still. And if Tiffy versus Bayley isn't the first that rivalry they do afterwards, I don't know, I have no faith. If I've been watching. We'll discuss it when we get to main event. But I'm just saying, sending main roster stars back to NXT is taking away from the NXT stars that need that rub. Now, I understand maybe their plan was for TV to get the title back, but again, I think Becky used her influence to change it, and it just, I don't know. But like I said, Rhea won. That was fine. So next, we had the tag team title match. 6 teams, see if I can remember them. It's A-Town Down Under, the New Catch Republic, Awesome Truth, DIY, who came out like DX, the Judgment Day, and should have been the Creed Brothers, but it wasn't the Creed Brothers. It was another Raw team, the New Day, which again is another one that the New Day's been done to death. I think if you had the Creed Brothers in there instead, it would show the future of this company, not the New Day, who have been done to death. No offense to Kofi or Woods, all due respect. I just, by this point, right, they've been in the spotlight for so long. It's time to push new talent. Something Vince McMahon couldn't get through his head, and Triple H needs to start doing. And I see he's doing new stuff. That's fine, but I'm just saying we can't keep relying on the same old. We need to keep moving forward. That was Mr. McMahon's issue. Don't let it become yours. Okay? So they made a stipulation which kind of ruined the idea that everybody had, which was both titles will be hanging up there, and Truth only grabs one set of titles. And like, oh, my bad, but he's already run off with them. You know, he and the Miz, he grabs the Miz and runs off, and the Miz is like, wait a minute, there's another set of titles. Well, my bad. By the time they get back, though, someone else has grabbed them. You know, but no, they said you have to grab both sets of titles to win the match, and they have them separated. So obviously they're going to split the titles, and this match is pretty good. There were pretty cool spots. Grayson Waller died at one point going through the ladder, and I guess the winners were kind of unexpected. I guess, you know, a SmackDown team and a Raw team had to win. There was 2 SmackDown teams to 1 Raw team, or 2 SmackDown teams to 4 Raw teams, which, you know, kind of put the advantage Raw. But, you know, booking the match, you gotta have at least 1 SmackDown team. One, so it's either Newcastle Republic or Win, I should say, or A-Town Down Under. And A-Town Down Under won the SmackDown tag titles, and then didn't leave. They proceeded to keep fighting for the titles. Now, I understand that was the match, but if it were me, I'd be like, okay, I know we don't have both, but we got a set of titles. That's enough. Let's go home. Let's leave. Bye. Let's go. But those 2 idiots, I'll call them idiots. I like them, but I'll call them idiots, kept going. And I'm just like, why are you still trying? At one point, Austin Theory tried to go climb up the ladder to grab the others, and I was like, no, stop it. You got your titles. Go. I understand that it was a match for the titles, but I feel like what it should have been is if one set of titles is grabbed, that team is then done. They got the titles. We keep going. But, you know, I would have just left. You know, okay, I got titles. I'm done. But we kept going, and Awesome Truth won, which, I'm glad they didn't just give it to the Judgment Day and say, oh, we separated the titles, but Judgment Day still get the titles. I'm glad the Judgment Day are no longer champions, because I have a feeling something's going to happen tomorrow, you know. But, I don't know. I guess it works. And it was our Truth that grabbed it, by the way. I think it was. Or was it Miz? I think it was one of the 2. But at one point, Jaden McDonough came in there and he got his ass whooped. But, like, I wouldn't mind if it was, like, DIY, you know? That one, because I feel like, you know, we need new teams to win stuff. Nothing against Awesome Truth, but they're not really a team. Not really. Again, the Creed Brothers should have been in this match. I'm a Creed Brothers guy, but you know what? I'll hand it to them. This match was pretty good. So, yeah. Then we had the LW versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio, a match that was literally thrown together 2 weeks ago with no reason to exist. I'm serious. The whole thing was Ray versus Santos, and I said this in my other review. What is the deal with taking one-on-one matches that we should be having and turning them into tag matches or 6-person tag matches? It clearly in NXT's should have been Thea Hale versus JC Jane. That's what it should have been leading up to. But no, we have 6-woman tag match that we didn't need. It was literally a bathroom break match because the girl be sat in the bathroom for half the match. When nature calls, nature calls. But it was literally a bathroom break match. This was decent, but it didn't need to exist. And it's just, why is it that the LWO members keep getting attacked? People keep saying it was Carlito, and after they showed the promo package for this match, that doesn't make any sense, because the whole thing was that Santos turned heel because of Carlito. So for Carlito to then turn on Ray and join Legado makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense. And then I thought maybe it was Andrade. But no, Ray and Andrade won because 2 football players wearing Rey Mysterio masks, Jason Kelsey and another guy, came in and helped them win, which there was no disqualification, but there should have been. Helped them win. And, yeah, like I said, it was just kind of thrown together because, like I said, it was just Santos versus Ray. And when they're having their throwaway match on SmackDown, Dominic Mysterio just showed up out of nowhere and helped him. And it's just like, what? I think what was originally planned was Dominic versus Andrade. But again, they didn't think that could hold a one-on-one match, so they made it a tag match. It's just, I don't know. By the way, this match is sponsored by Aguas frescas. Yummy water drink. The sponsors. I don't know anymore. Aguas frescas. Anyway, next we have Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. And did anyone think this promo package was just weird the way they put it together? Because think of this. If you're supposed to think that the Usos hate each other so much, they can't stand each other, they're fighting each other, yet we got them standing back to back while a voiceover from each of them tells their full names and what their their wrestling names are. And then promo packages where they also narrate and they keep going back to them standing back to back, and it's just like, no, that doesn't make any sense. If this was like a real rivalry, they're supposed to be at each other's throats, why would they just stand in a room and film this? I just don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. But yeah, this match was decent. Okay, it was decent. It was well put together. But the intro, oh good God. So first of all, Samantha Irvin, I love you, but she announces that the greatest rapper in the world is here. And I'm thinking, Eminem? Out comes Lil Wayne, who proceeds to ruin Jey Uso's entrance theme, and then stops because he realizes he sucks when he's ruining it. And then just follows Jey to the ring for no reason. I'm thinking, is he supposed to be doing this? Or is he doing a Sandman during the whole Vince McMahon, the illegitimate son thing? He doesn't realize he's not supposed to keep going. Then he tries again when they get to the ring, and it still doesn't work. Then he's gone. Jimmy Uso comes out, and then we have what is a pretty decent match with Jey winning. Okie doke. Moving on to a new match. So, this is the one that was sponsored by Prime, and they went through the Prime thing, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. That was the main event that was sponsored by Prime, wasn't it? No, the Prime thing was still out there, though, because they used it. Anyway, so, next we have the 6-woman tag match. Bianca, Jade, and Naomi versus Diamond Sutrala. And this was fine. Jade Cargill's coming out looking like a modded 2K character, where they do the hair down thing, and her hair is cut out, but it looks like it's pushed down from the chainmail thing. When the modders do it to make the hair different, that's what it looks like. And this match was fine. It was fine. I had an argument with the Groby and Laramie over the use of Bianca Belair's hair. They think it's illegal. And I tried, to speak to them about it. It's not that I'm trying to kiss her ass or anything, but it's just like, think of it like, what if you used your elbow or your knee, or your foot? Is that going to get disqualified? It's an appendage. And the Groby laughed, and I said, "You sick freak, knock it off." No, it's a part of your body, right? It's a part of your body. Like Asuka uses her butt, the booty cheeks to the face. Rikishi used the booty cheeks to the face. And Naria's doing it, apparently. But, yeah, it's part of her body. It's legal. And they keep saying it should be illegal. And no, I just don't understand the hate. Really? It's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. Yes, I think she's overhyped sometimes, but, the hair, I don't know. I just don't get it. They're not allowed to pull on the hair, but they can use the hair as a weapon. It's kind of confusing, but it's a part of their body, so I guess it's legal. But they, but of course, the faces won, and that's what's necessary. Dakota took the pin, by the way, and then look, Sammy versus Gunther was a good match. I'll admit that. But I gotta say, I don't agree with what they did. Look, you want to do Sammy versus Gunther? Fine. Have Gunther go over. Have Gunther win and keep going. Here's the situation. And I'm plain and simple. I don't mean to be mean. All respect to Sami Zayn. He doesn't deserve it. He doesn't. Because now they have to ruin Chad Gable for this to work. And it really is not gonna work, but they gotta ruin Chad Gable now. Because Chad Gable should have been the one to face Gunther and win the Intercontinental Championship. And now that Sammy won the match and became Intercontinental Champion, they're going to have Chad turn on him, and it's not needed. There's way too many unnecessary heel turns, starting with Braun Breaker last year. It's not needed. I don't understand why they think, we have to turn someone heel. It's not needed. And if they turn Chad Gable heel, it's going to ruin the Alpha Academy as well. So don't do it. Don't turn the Alpha Academy heel, because Tozawa as a heel I don't think will work as well. And Maxine's in the middle of a rivalry with heels, so it just wouldn't work. Chad would have to split from the team. And while it worked for Santos Escobar because he found a new team, Chad's not going to do that. They had Chad training him like Mickey training Rocky, and it kind of worked, but I just have a feeling they're going to turn him heel now, and it's not needed. You just should have had Chad Gable win the title. Simple. Sammy did great, but didn't deserve it. I'm sorry, it should have been Chad Gable. Plain and simple. Gunther should have won, and then Chad should have won at the next pay-per-view event. Or, well, Gunther can't leave the country, but you know what I mean. Maybe that's why they want to do it, because it's in France. I don't know. But I just feel like it should have been Chad Gable. And now we come to the main event. No, wait, we gotta wait 24 minutes for promo packages and entrances first. Well, it's more than 24 minutes if you count the promo packages. It's almost, 40 minutes? Maybe not. Maybe like 35 minutes with the promo package. Because you got a promo package for everything that happened since the Royal Rumble. And then you got, I counted it. I looked at the clock because Cody's entrance started at 9 o'clock Central Time on the dot. And the entrance, Roman did not enter the ring, and Roman's entrance did not end till 9:24. That's 24 fucking minutes of entrances. That is too goddamn long. When I said at the beginning of this review about too much padding, only we have sponsors in almost every match. Only we have to have promo packages between every match. We now have a promo package, which took like at least 5 to 10 minutes. At least maybe 5 minutes or so. 6 minutes around. And then 24 minutes of entrances. Cody comes out. It's not that long. Seth comes out. He's oh. Then The Rock comes out. It takes a little bit longer because he comes out. He does his little things. Electricity stuff going everywhere. And then Roman comes out. And he takes forever to get to the goddamn ring. And by the time he gets in there and the match is ready, it's 24 minutes. And then they take about 2 to 3 minutes to just stand there staring at each other before the match even starts. So they're going, bell rings, but the bell is rung. Go! But they just stand there going, I get it, it's a feeling out process, sure. But when you take 24 minutes to do your goddamn entrances, sorry, there's no feeling out. Just get going. And during this point when they're all standing there, Big LT goes, is this a tornado tag match? No, it's a regular tag match, or so we thought, because at one point, it becomes Bloodline rules. And at one point, I think it's put back and he says, why wasn't this Bloodline rules? And he's got a point. Because at one point, the referee is counting them out, and The Rock just looks at him and goes, you count me out, you're fired. I'm the man in charge, you fired, you count me out. And it just becomes whatever they want to do, they can do. And I'm sitting there going, why didn't they just make it a whatever match? What, why wasn't this the Bloodline rules match? Why? Because that's what it kind of becomes. Conveniently, though, no one from the Bloodline interfered. No Solo, no Jimmy, nothing. Maybe they're saving that for tomorrow. Yeah, spoiler alert. The wrong team won. I'm just saying, I don't get it. I just don't get it. There's a finish. Then there's a spot that should have been the finish where Roman is sizing up Cody. Seth moves Cody out of the first spear. Seth moves Cody out of the way, and then he spears Roman, and then Cody gets in and hits the crossroads. 1, 2, and that should have been 3. But instead, Roman pulls him off. There's also another spot that should have been 3, but the referee jumps to the other side, clearly where he knows where The Rock is, And then The Rock pulls him out. I'm like, well, you knew he was right there. Why did you do that? And I hate it how I'm getting older and I'm noticing when they're going to get ready for certain spots. Because when he jumped to the other side, I'm like, oh, he's going to get pulled. And he did. And then Cody was going for his super finisher, his triple crossroads. When he went for the third one, he backs all the way up into the ropes where The Rock is right there and stops him from doing it. And I'm like, no, you did. There is no reason, no logical reason why he needed to back. Because he's towards the front of the ring. And so he goes for the third one. He hits two, goes to the third one, and backs all the way to the back of the ring so The Rock can grab him and stop him from doing it. And within the context of the match and the way logic should work, there's no reason for him to back up. It makes no sense. It stinks of, I have to do this spot, so back all the way up. It just, no, it doesn't look normal. And then the Bloodline wins. At one point, though, they're all over the arena. After The Rock says, you count me out, you're fired. They're all over the place, fighting each other in the crowd, and it's just like, what is happening? What has become of this match? It's supposed to be a regular tag match, and it's devolved into this. And that's why we don't need the Bloodline rules match tomorrow night. Especially since this is overproduced enough, and tomorrow's going to be overproduced as hell. And we don't need it. Especially since the story is that, okay, think of this. Why does Roman keep retaining? Because people keep getting involved. Why did Cody lose last year? Because people kept getting involved. So the logical fucking solution is for it to be where no one fucking gets involved. But common sense has never been on WWE's dictionary. So I can see why, using common sense, even though Vince McMahon is gone now, they still haven't figured out they can do that. No. Because even though Vince McMahon is gone, they still have to overproduce the shit out of stuff. And it's not needed. We do not need an overproduced match like Bloodline Rules. We don't need it. Fuck it. We don't need it. We don't. We don't need it. I don't know how clear I can be on that. We don't need it. So I said this in the first review when I did this. Now I have to redo it. And I could take it back. But I don't want to. If Cody does not win tomorrow night, I'm done. You will not see any new reviews for any pay-per-views, premium live events. I will not be covering anything new past WrestleMania 40. I will do old stuff, old WrestleManias. I'll continue my draft series, all that stuff. Old stuff, still on the table. Anything after WrestleMania 40, no, I will not watch anymore. Premium live events, pay-per-views, whatever. I will refuse. I'm done. Because at this point, it needs to end. It needed to end last year because they did nothing with it this year. They had the only one who benefited from last year was Jey Uso because he got a split and a singles career out of it. That's the only one that benefited from this because, and I just don't get why they're calling Roman the greatest of all time. He has not won a single fucking match by himself. Everyone has always helped him win the match. Even tonight, he had help. But it's a tag match, but still, a title defense, okay? He has not defended that title clean since winning it. He's always had someone in there helping him. Sure, he won it technically clean, but it was a triple threat match, so who cares? He never shows up. I think that Roman Reigns is one of the most overrated wrestlers in history. He's overrated, overhyped, and overdone. And his reign needs to stop. You want proof? What the hell did he do this past year? Absolutely fucking nothing. He won by cheating. And then disappeared. And then came back and had that rivalry with Jey Uso. He had the tag match and with Cody and Jey versus, or it was the Usos versus Solo and whatever, right? And then, and then SummerSlam came. And then, even though Jimmy was the one who instigated they turn on the tribal chief, he then turned on Jay for no reason. Just so they can keep this story going. And then they needed The Rock to come in so they could coast to WrestleMania. So no, it needs to end. And what did Cody do? They had to have Brock Lesnar turn on him for no fucking reason. And literally, there is no reason given for why Brock Lesnar attacked him. There is no reason. They could have come up with something, but they didn't. There's no reason why he did it. He just did. There's no reason for it, though. Especially since Brock was one of Roman's biggest enemies. It makes no sense. It's just so they could keep shit going. He had a throwaway match with Dominic Mysterio that wasn't needed. Cody was in limbo, just trying to coast to this WrestleMania so we could do it again and finish the story. So if Cody does not win, then there is nothing left to do in this story. There is nothing left. You know, there is absolutely nothing left in this story. Cody needs to win, and if they don't pull the trigger, then I have no more faith in WWE. I'm done. I am just done, and I suspect I won't be the only one. I feel like if they don't pull the trigger, there will be at least half of their viewing audience will say fuck it, and they're done. I'm not guaranteeing it, but those who are in support of Cody, there are some, we'll call them idiots, who support Roman Reigns. No offense, but you're dumb if you support him because he's overrated, overhyped, and overdone. You're wrong. I'll just say outright, you're wrong for supporting him because you are the Lulu. I'll say that. You are the Lulu if you support him. I'm just saying. It's my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's fact. It's my opinion that you're the Lulu if you support Roman Reigns. Because he's overhyped, overproduced, overrated. He's overdone. No. And Cody. So those who are in support of Cody will call us the right ones. Will then leave because it's just it's not worth watching this shit anymore if it's just not going to happen the way it should happen. Not the way we want it to be, but the way it should happen. And it's just, I and several others will probably be done. Cody needs to finish the story plain and simple, and if not, I'm done. That is just it. And I said it a little more nicer than I did in my last one, so, I basically said, I'm done. But I tried not, I have swore a little bit of this, and I apologize. I said my reviews will probably have swears in it, but my video game stuff, I want to refrain from that, My throat is sore. Anyway, I'm out of here. Okay? I'm a little more calm now. I'm glad I redid this, because, anyway, thanks for... So, what are your thoughts on WrestleMania 40 Night 1? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. By the way, I also had this thought. Do you think that the reason why they had the heels win tonight is because they're addressing the issue that the last 2 years, Night 1 has been the best show and Night 2 kind of went. So they had Sammy win for a feel-good moment. He was the wrong one. And then they had Seth and Cody lose so they can have the heels go out on top in Night 1. And then tomorrow Cody's going to do it and that'll be the feel-good moment. And people say, oh, Night 2 was much better. Which, if Cody does win, automatically it's going to be a better night. So, So thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.